Well, I was expecting to see 3 planes coming over at the time anyway, but... So yeah, so that first one we've just seen, which that one here was that was a Robin DR-400 we've just seen coming over anyway. Obviously that registration here I've not seen before anyway, which as you can see the registration for that one is OO-NZV, that is. So obviously as you can tell anyway, that was the first one I've just seen anyway, which that came, and then just following behind it was the Cessna 172 Skyhawk, that was, and that registration here is OO-NZC, that is. As you can see, both of them are just literally following each other anyway, but obviously the Cessna is following the Robin DR-400, which as you can see with the first plane we saw anyway, which that one here flew about 26,000 feet, as we literally have seen it from a distance anyway. So it flew past, literally came here, just flew past somewhere near Panweather, well, somewhere near Panweather by the looks of it. As you can see, there's Panweather there anyway. So I think it's flew past over towards where, but probably near Chalaswell by the looks of it. And then the Cessna, as we just seen, which that one here, obviously that's the first one, there we go. So that one here was flying about the same height as the Robin DR-400. And as you can see with both of these two planes, I think they both took off. As you can see, they took off from Banbridge Airport. I think that's where both of the planes have took off from anyway. They both took off from Banbridge Airport by the looks of it. And if I go to plane finder, there he is, plane finder's got that. And as you can see, this is where it tracks it back to anyway. So yeah, this is where it took off from, somewhere near Arves of Right by the looks of it. Took off from Banbridge Airport anyway. So yeah, so that was the Cessna. Yes, the first one was Robin, as you can see, that was a DR-400-140B, that was. And the Cessna was the Cessna 172S Skyhawk, that was. Those two planes anyway, but obviously they're saying they're coming from Belgium, which obviously they are anyway, obviously because the registrations are a bit similar anyway. As you can see, this one here is operated by so as you can see, this one is operated by Northern Village Car by the looks of it. But I don't know what the Robin is anyway. So not sure what the Robin is anyway, but obviously I think it probably does something to the operator anyway. So we go to it was ZNV, I think it was. Can't remember what the registration was. It's a bit confusing anyway. Oh no. It's the other way around it was. ZV, there we go. And that one here is the same as well anyway. Obviously both of them are saying coming from Belgium anyway. And then also that plane here we've seen as well, which that one is based in Cornwall, which this is the plane that we normally see. That was literally came following, which that one here was behind me, that was. And that one here was the Cessna 152, that was. So that plane here we normally see, this is came out from this base at Bodmin Airfield anyway. If I go to, obviously not that one, I think the other one disappeared somewhere anyway. So that registration we saw from the third plane, that was yeah, see that one here we've seen. So yeah, so that one here, that came about 18,000 feet anyway, and that took off. That literally took off from its base at Bodmin Airfield anyway. There we go. That's where it took off from anyway. It took off from its base at Bodmin Airfield, which that's the registration as we normally see. As we normally see sometimes, it's G-BNSM, that is. Obviously this is the private plane that we normally see anyway, which is very weird to see. Cessna 152, that was. Which this is one that's operated by the Cornwall Flying Club anyway. Same as the GEGLA. This one here we sometimes see anyway. So yeah, Obviously this one here is operated by the Cornwall Flying Club anyway, which that one here we tend to see in Cornwall sometimes, but obviously with these two planes we've not seen in Cornwall, but the first time we ever see the Belgium private planes though. First time we ever see the Belgium Cessna 172S Skyhawk and the Robin DR-400-140B. Those two are made from Belgium anyway. Which, as you can see now, I think that both of them are now heading off to. I think they're probably now heading over towards either city now, wherever they're going to. Probably to Land's End, I think. I think those two might be going to Land's End Airport now, I think. And also wherever they're heading off to though, probably to Land's End, I suppose. There you go. I think that's where the Cessna is probably going anyway. That's probably so is that one. I think both of them might be heading off to Land's End Airport or either city, but I don't know. It looks like they're now descending to Land's End Airport anyway, as they took off from Banbridge Airfield. That's where those two planes took off from, and whereas that one here, that took off from its base to Bournemouth Airfield. It's very unusual though, seeing three private planes though, one's based in Cornwall, and the other two were based, they were literally took off from Banbridge Airfield. Obviously they're obviously from Belgium, and one of them is based in Cornwall, which is the Cessna 152, and the other two planes that come from Belgium, which is the Cessna 172S Skyhawk and the Robin DR-400, which also comes from Belgium as well. Obviously there's very similar registrations though. Normally in Cornwall we get the G registration, but whereas the Belgium they get the double O registration, which is very weird. Okay, so yep, thanks for watching, bye bye.